It's April already, in time to say goodbye to the Hoover constellation and see what we are going to use next. How has it fared? Wow, let me explain. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? The 1970s Hoover Constellation has been in use for a month and it's been not great, I'll be honest. It's not great because it's got issues, not great because it's not a good machine. It is a good machine, it's been fine to use in terms of, sucking up dirt and etc, but it is a poorly thing. Have a listen to the motor. It sounds a lot worse now than it did before, and if I can, it may not do it now, but if I pick it up, didn't do it then. The motor's been moving. I was holding it like that to do the stairs and heard the most almighty calamity as something inside touched something else. There was a big waft of carbon dust and I turned it off pretty quickly, and it's done that a couple of times now. It is not a happy chappy. I've had the motor apart, so I had that apart actually not long after filming the video for March, just to see if there was anything amiss, and part of being a bit tired, the motor seems okay. There is just something more fundamentally wrong with it than that, but it's still okay, suction wise, that's been absolutely fine. It is horrible on the laminate, and that's been the main pain in the bum really. I've only been able to use this when there's been nobody at home because it vibrates like Billy-O. There is something not that right with it. You can hear it now on the laminate flooring. Oh, it is awful, absolutely awful. So yeah, little bit of a fail this month. This poor thing is just quite tired. But inside, the HEPA-Flow bag has been absolutely fine. There's no dust leakage at all, so that's been okay. There's a fair wad of dirt in there. That did alright. Filter is still absolutely spotless, so yeah, it's not all bad news. It's just that vibration. It's not happy. It could be the bearings. It spins okay by hand, but I did give them a drop of oil just in case. But yeah, there is something else wrong with this machine that it needs looking at. It's not fantastic, but enough about that. The hose has survived okay. The cracking hasn't got any worse. Perhaps it might have done a little bit there, but it's been okay. The wands have a habit of occasionally collapsing, although I can't make it do that now, sod's law, but they were fine. This floor brush is actually quite nice for thin pile carpet in the hardwood floor, especially if you need the brush rolls in their bouncing position. That was very nice. That was very manoeuvrable, very thin, so you can hook it behind things and get cleaning. So yeah, if it was working fine, it would be lovely. Would be lovely, lovely. But yeah, it's not. Oh, the other thing that I forgot it did this. I should have remembered. This hose cuff here, I end up holding it from there just out of habit. And it does that. And as soon as it did that, I remember, because I put that tape there in an attempt to pack it out. Almost. I think there's a rivet there that is loose. And needs to be redone. Because yeah, the whole thing is just very, very... I probably shouldn't use it like that really, shouldn't I? But then that bit twists underneath it. So yeah, that's been quite annoying, especially I've been trying to, you know, get going with it. Oh, off it pops. But I say you could, I could have fixed that by just locking a new riveting, and that would have been alright. But I didn't. I completely forgot. I didn't even think to do it, to be honest. So yeah, it's been cool though. The children have enjoyed having it about because they can push it about. As I'm using it, because obviously it floats around, and it does float very well on the laminate. It really does. It glides along very happily, bouncing off the furniture as it goes. Although it does have it could be a slight drawback, or it could be a great feature depending on your point of view. It blows all the dust out from underneath the sofa, ready to be picked up. With the cleaner, it also pushes the dust around it. So I did have to sort of position it quite far behind me and get going, so when I pulled it forwards it didn't blow everything around. But that's always been a bit of a flaw with these. As cool as they are, these and the Constellations, you do have to mind out for stuff being blown everywhere. It's not as bad on carpet, I wouldn't have thought, but yeah, certainly on hard flooring it's a pretty major drawback of these and the Constellation. But there we go, I did it. Survived a whole month. It didn't get used much last week, I'll be honest, just because of that issue. We did find ourselves using the V11 just a little bit more. I pushed it around. I used it to clean out the V11 when I pulled the trigger on it when the bin was open and clogged the filter up. So it has seen a bit of use, but yeah, I haven't used it in anger since it did that to me on the stairs. But that is that. That was March. What about April? Well, I have April's vacuum cleaner right next to me. I shall pause, get rid of all this, and show you what I'm going to use next. The vacuum that we are going to use in April has a cable. What is it? Well, it's very light, very portable. I imagine it's a superb deep cleaner. What am I on about? I thought I'd give a Bissell Magic Broom a go. See, I've always liked them really, and I've never ever used it in anger, so I thought what better time than to use it for an entire month. It is very lightweight. I can, if it had a better centre of gravity, I could probably hold it up with my finger, but I can't because it blobs around the place a bit. But yeah, it's got a nice automatic adjusting floor head with wheels for great manoeuvrability. Makes the high torque head on a Dyson V11 seem quiet, especially on the laminate. I reckon this will be really, really good on the laminate. Of course I can, with ease, very easily, I mean, it doesn't take 2 seconds at all to very easy this. I think it's just got a little speck of dust trapped in here. Of course you can convert it from a carpet cleaner to a portable handheld unit with obviously none of the drawbacks of it having a battery. Lots of power there. This is a nice compact unit, so I can get around the back of some things. Do the cars, do the sofas. Nice big suction channel there. That's not going to be any problem. I think this would be ideal. It's also bagless, so I don't have to worry about any bags. This filter looks really good. I can't see it letting much dirt through at all. So yeah, this is what I'm going to use for the month of April. I think to celebrate we should put some dirt down and clean it all up with this little magic broom. There we go. Now I put down quite a big mess because I know it can cope. These things are good. They sold these for years, and they wouldn't have sold them for years if they were no good, would they? So I'm very confident that we'll be able to pick all this up in at least 3 passes. Let's give it a go. God, I'm going to get dirty already before we even started using it at home. Really feel it picking up the pile in the carpet. So there we go. Looking forward to this. Oh, the handle has a little bit of flex on it. No more though. No more so than say a Dyson DC40. I say if Dyson can get away with it, Bissell can get away with it. If not, I'm sure I could call the company up and maybe get a new handle for it under the warranty, which I'm sure it'll still have. There we go. Cool. Right, well I'm going to go and clean a bit more because this room's a bit dirty and use it. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.